If you're thinking about getting the new MotoPad 2026, you may have also seen that Walmart now has a larger 13.2 inch Pro tablet for 2026 that's actually about the same price. But how do they compare? Well, let's talk about it. Pricing for the MotoPad 2026 is $249 as of this video versus $288 for the Walmart tablet. One advantage for that extra $39 is you get double the storage at 256 gigabytes for the on tablet versus 128 for the MotoPad. Nice thing is you can expand the storage with a micro SD card on both of these. One advantage though for the MotoPad is you can use a SIM card instead of just relying on Wi-Fi, which you can't do with the on tablet. Also with the Walmart tablet, they include the pen and case, which is always nice to see, especially on tablets that aren't going to have that many options when it comes to accessories. I think the screen quality on both tablets are actually pretty nice in person. They're both 500 nits brightness and they're almost identical as far as screen resolution at 2560 by 1600 versus 2400 by 1600 for the on 13.2 inch tablet. One advantage with the Walmart tablet is it goes up to 120 Hz refresh rate versus only 90 on the MotoPad. Both of these are also wide vinyl 1, which is good for streaming apps like Netflix. You can also watch 4K video quality on the Walmart tablet on YouTube videos versus 1440p on the MotoPad. The on tablet is much larger, actually just bigger than an iPad Pro, but the MotoPad is easier to handle and easier to travel with. Since both of these are pretty close in screen quality, this one may come down to personal preference. Now, because the on tablet's much bigger, it also comes with a bigger battery. But when I ran my typical battery drain test at 100% screen brightness, it's only a half-hour difference between these two, where the MotoPad lasted 6 hours versus 6.5 hours for the on tablet, which is pretty good considering the size. So you can't really go wrong with either one when it comes to battery life. But also keep in mind the MotoPad has 20-watt charging versus about 15 watts for the on tablet. So it's going to take quite a while to charge the larger Walmart tablet back up. Now, when it comes to the software, kind of weird, but the MotoPad came with Android 15 versus Android 16 for the Walmart tablet. Not really sure why Motorola chose an older software version, but there's going to be some similarities between these two. They both have the Google Discover newsfeed left of the home screen. They both have the taskbar down at the bottom, which makes it easier to switch back and forth between apps. The on tablet is about as close as you can get to stock Android, where the MotoPad is going to be closer to Lenovo tablets. Not a huge surprise considering Lenovo is the parent company for Motorola. The MotoPad also has PC mode, which is pretty similar to the classic Samsung DeX if you want to be a little more productive. The on tablet does have the capability to be used as a second monitor if you connect it to your laptop or other Windows PC, and there's a few other devices I believe as well if you need that kind of thing. Both of these tablets also have pen support, which is always nice to have. The on tablet actually comes with the pen included. I do like it that you can use Lenovo pens on the MotoPad, but there's also a Moto version as well. I don't think either is quite as nice as the S Pen from Samsung or the Apple Pencil, but still pretty nice options to have if you need to take notes, draw, and those types of things. You do get one more year of major software updates on the MotoPad, which is 2 years. The on tablet, you get 1 year of major software updates, and then both get 3 years of security updates. Performance-wise, both of these have 8 gigabytes of RAM. With the MotoPad, it's got a MediaTek Dimensity 6300 processor versus MediaTek 8775V in the Walmart tablet, which is also known as the Dimensity 7300. So the on tablet is going to be a little more powerful in single and multi-core scores. It's also going to have a little better GPU performance as well, but you can do some light gaming on both of these. This is another category where it may come down to if you want a smaller tablet where it's easier to reach things on the screen. Although if you're using a controller, sometimes it's pretty nice to play games on a larger screen, like on the 13.2 inch tablet. Now, one advantage with the MotoPad is you still have a headphone jack, which you don't really see much these days. And surprisingly, Walmart doesn't have a headphone jack on any of their new tablets this year. The nice thing is you've got a quad speaker setup on both of these. And I feel like the On tablet is a little bit louder overall, but I think the MotoPad might have a little better sound quality. Here's a quick sample of each, just to give you an idea of what they sound like. Now, one advantage with the Walmart tablet is you get a little higher resolution cameras with 13 megapixel on the back versus 8 on the back of the MotoPad, and then 8 megapixel on the front for the On tablet versus 5 megapixels for the MotoPad. You can also record up to 4K resolution for video recording versus 1080p resolution on the MotoPad. Here's a few quick samples just to give you an idea of how they compare. So overall, two nice options. If you're looking for a more affordable tablet, it probably makes more sense to go with the MotoPad. If you want something a little more portable, where it's easier to reach things on the screen, plus it's got a few extras like PC mode. It also has shortcuts over on the side, similar to Samsung. Plus you can use a SIM card in the MotoPad as well. But if you like a bigger screen and you might need to use it as a second monitor, plus you want a higher refresh rate, double the storage, and a little better performance, it's probably going to make more sense to go with the On 13.2 inch Tablet Pro by Walmart. If you like tablets, phones, and other tech, I've got a lot more comparisons that I'm working on as usual, so you'll want to keep an eye out for those upcoming videos. So if you've made it this far into the video, you may want to say thanks by subscribing, and don't forget to give a thumbs up if this video was helpful. This is Brian from Fishbee Productions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.